Before we begin today's video, 150% boss speed, not so bad. Your super monkey is disabled, okay, not that bad. Beast handlers, okay, not that bad. They're disabled as well. Starting cash, 2,000. That's pretty reasonable, right? Oh my god, it's on quad. Yeah, no thanks. But it's so easy, Flair. I get what you mean. Okay, Moon Colony. Can we defeat this quest using just one tower? And if so, what tower is that going to... We're doing it with the Pirate Lord, people. Now, are we going to have any kind of challenge involved here? No. We're doing this without monkey knowledge because you can have it on this quest. But we're not going to do that, you know, just to keep up with the traditional chimp sort of stuff. But we can use the ability, but only when we get the Pirate Lord. But then again, you don't even get any additional money when it comes to the Monkey Pirate. So anything past that point is okay because of the fact we're not getting any other towers. So Pirate Lord is okay. Doesn't the moon just look beautiful with all of this greenery here and this little bit of volcanic activity? I told you all that there was a volcano on the moon. Wait, I've never said that on the channel before. Nowhere is safe from the pirates, even on the moon, especially when it's been colonized and there is a little bit of water space where you can put your pirates on and get all that booty on the surface of the moon, or beneath the surface of the moon. Let's go to Hotshot soon so that we can pop those leads and melt them down into treasure in which we can take back from the moon. Anything in this game is easy enough if you're good enough at it. You could probably do the Quad Blunarius boss challenge with just one tower if you're good enough at the game. What would that tower be? The end of all. That's what it is. The balloons just don't spawn and you instantaneously win. Okay, cannon ship, yes please. Now, I wonder what other towers could possibly solo this entire quest on moon landing, but it's not so grey as it used to be, although most of it still is, but there is plant life here, the occasional tree, lots of grass. We've entered Black Ops Zombies, where we literally are inside the dome. Except this time there's no crazy German scientist trying to take control of all the zomzoms. In fact, we could even have some zomzoms on the moon with the Prince of Darkness, but not today. That's round 27, now round 28. We'll now have the Monkey Pirates, and in update 47, there's been a bit of a price change. So Monkey Pirates is now cheaper, but Pirate Lord is now more expensive. You know, getting that tier 4 earlier can be a pretty big advantage, because that 1,000 could be the difference between what you need between victory and possible defeat. Purple balloons still being an issue though, due to our hot grapes and you know the rest. Things are going extremely well so far, but I think round 49 could give us a little bit of a hiccup here if we're not careful. Perhaps we may need to do some targeting changes so that you're always dealing damage to a particular target or set of targets I want you to defeat the quickest, even though that could always just be first. But if the balloons happen to be between the second crater and the third crater, it will be able to shoot from both sides. But I'd rather them not be in the third crater, because then that's their point of being able to get out of the crater. By the way, my own rule about this is that if we go below 100 HP, then we die. Not in real life. Thank you, Orange Z. Around 40, hook you in. This is the kind of challenge that separates the men from the slightly smaller men. This is also the kind of tower that can solo a game of chimps until you get to like round 95, and there are 24 too many DDTs to try and grapple in. I'm glad nowadays you can actually grapple up to 2 0Gs when you're the Pirate Lord, or 6 DDTs. Doesn't matter if they're fortified or not. The fortified part of the Moab does not matter. You are all the same to the hooks. Will I yield any results if I keep you on last? Hopefully that could be a... No, I need to go back to first. Could go back to first. Black balloons, they're going to be a bit of a problem if we're not careful. Whoa. That worked out a bit better than I thought it was going to be. Something like we're about to escape the track there. No, thank you. Please pop the Moab. Please pop the Moab. Please pop the Moab. Please pop the Jibbly-bloop. I thought that black balloon escapes there. No, thank you. I'm going to drag you in, and now you're going to be the Pirate Lord. Speaking of lords, I've got to redo my Axis of Lords video, but now with the new entry to the lords, the Abyssal Lord. Yes, I don't see any other tower with as much versatility as the Pirate Lord when it comes to this scenario. What makes a Pirate Lord such a good candidate for doing this map solo is the fact that, well, it's on an upper position here and it's only reserved for water towers anyway, so it can literally have view of every single crater on this map, which means we have as much time as possible that we need in order to do the killie being the balloons. And since we start with 650, it is just like a standard style chimps, except we start on round 1 rather than round 6. You know what? Let's not think that that is a factor at all. Grabber you in! We are finally doing it, people. We are finally doing the one tower moon colony challenge / achievement. It is definitely possible. By the way, I just made that up on the spot. Definitely. Okay, round 63. How are we going to fare against all these ceramics? We do encounter pierce issues, but what tower doesn't encounter pierce issues? How are we going to fare against BFBs without hooking them in? I think the results speak for themselves, really. Now, even though the Pirate Lord has been given buffs, there is one nerf that it has received a few updates ago or something, which removed the frags in which you acquire from the cannons, their ability to be able to damage the target in which the cannons themselves has initially hit, which means the Pirate Lord has lost a huge amount of single target damage. I'm not talking about the hooks in which it grabs Moabs with, because obviously it can hook in more Moabs, and that is a positive. But one of the best assets about the Pirate Lord in a two-tower chimp scenario is the fact that it can do so much damage against, like, ZMGs, so much damage against the bad, for example. Like, this thing used to be able to just solo a bad on 1 round 100, but now it can barely, it can't do that anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like the frags from the cannons added so much single target damage that it was just crazy. But then they took it away. They took it away and decided that the Pirate Lord was too good. But my question is, how did the pirates get onto the moon in the first place? How did you create such a water mass space in which enabled you to travel from whatever ocean you were currently dwelling in and just slap dab landed on the moon? Like, could you explain it to me, Pirate Lord? How did you do that? Did you just fly and that's why your name is Captain Hunch Crow? Right, let's yoink all of the BFBs once and I did it slightly too early, but I think we can handle these BFBs on our own. I think we can anyways. I think. Can we? Obviously we can with the Pirate Lord. Round 76. Very, very similar story. They did make it to the final crater, but to no avail. They were all completely mullered. Right, let's hook in all of those BFBs just like that, and it will make our day just a tad bit easier, even though we are gaining additional cash, which we would not normally do because we would always treat these scenarios as like a chimp scenario. We're not gaining anything out of it since we're not actually buying anything else. So yeah, I know what you're thinking, but just don't worry, this is meaningless to us now. Hook that one BFB in, and then we will use the hook ability until the last 45 BFB spawns out. which should be pretty good. Come on now, take out those ceramics just like that. Unfortunately, this does end on round 80, but then again, kind of grateful. Otherwise, this scenario would not be possible if it was the case. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I'm waiting for that first fortified one to spawn out. There we go. Just take care of the rest of these, and then the rest shall be history. Fortified BFB. You are last opponent, really, because the hook is going to be used on the ZOMJ. Come on now, go down, please, go down, please. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you complete the Moon Colony, sorry, I was supposed to say conquest there, but quest, using just one tower. One singular tower, and apparently we didn't generate any cash. I thought that was your mojo there, Pirate Lord. Is it you're able to plunder extra cash from each Moab class balloon taken down? What is the point? But the point is definitely is that you can do this entire quest using just one tower. Obviously, one of the most powerful tier 5s in a game of chimps. Especially very powerful, considering that you can just ignore damage on Moab class balloons if you can just hook them in. That's the thing about the ability. It doesn't require any amount of RBE to be able to stop it from plundering a particular Moab class balloon. It just ignores that and says, no, I control you and your destiny. Anyways, that is going to be the video for today. You can find the Moon Colony quest in the challenges tab. You can find it in all, but it's easier to find in the challenges tab. Let know what other tales or challenges, or not really tutorials, or it was experiments that could be brilliant actually, like Moab Madness. And let me know what other ones you'd like to see me try and do, and do a particular challenge on it. Impoppable chimps plus alternate balloons rounds. Yeah, that sounds definitely up my alley. Chimps rules, impoppable prices, alternate balloons rounds. Is it even possible? Well, obviously it would be, because you must have tested this out for yourself to be able to actually do it, Ninja Kiwi. I'm always judging you, but I love you because I want the game to do its best. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and take care of yourselves.